Welcome, Dusty Bender Network, to the Canlan Sports Arena here in West Dundee, Illinois. Milwaukee Junior Admirals taking on the Indiana Elite. Nice setup, nice barn here as we get ready to rock and roll. Milwaukee Junior Admirals in the blue jerseys. Indiana Elite wearing the home whites. As teams get the last minute cheer going. These teams met earlier in Notre Dame. Fairly tight game up until about mid-second. Indiana Elite then pulled away big. Ended up winning, I believe, 7-2. It was a tough ending for the Milwaukee Junior Admirals. But adjustments were made. People have changed out. Let's see what they bring here. Quick turnaround as well. I think we're noon and 3, so a couple oranges down the pipe, a few waters, and we're back at it for game 2 as we get ready here for puck drop. Renfrance out here with Hilbert and Coleman. Backside will be Nerds and Weber. As Indiana Elite matches with their chest beats. There's 2 refs as we get ready to go. Looks like Talon Keesling in net here for us today for the Milwaukee Junior Ads. Hilbert squares in. Face-off stuck at the dot, comes back to Gerds. Gerds going to pick it up. Enter the zone of Elite. Picked up, Renfrance in the back. Leaves a drop for Hilbert. Hilbert doesn't like the look, puts it middle, shot on, and that's blocked. Good block there by Indiana Elite in the middle as they're going to look to move on transition with speed. Comes to the middle, Gerds puts a stick out there, able to stop it, but it's going to go deep into the zone. Look, puts an e-brake on. Goes between the legs there of Indiana Elite, and we got a stretch pass coming up to Coleman. Coleman moves center, tries to go shot on. Good poke check there by Indiana Elite defenseman. Is he able to turn that back behind the net? Indiana Elite breaks out. Left side, can't exit the zone. Heavy forecheck on. It's Wolf. Smith steps in from the point perspective, able to cause some problems as Indiana Elite couldn't get it out. Looks like they're playing an aggressive pinch style here on the junior ads from a forecheck perspective. Picked up in the corner, it's Freeman. He's got some help. Now it's Scott, tries to move middle. Smith picks that up, does a TDR, shot on. Ooh, good save there by the goaltender. That's going to be iced if it reaches. And it does. We got a face-off coming up inside the Indiana Elite zone. Admirals coming out early, putting on the pressure. Heavy pressure. Pumping those outlet passes on the Indiana Elite side, right off the hash marks. Ads get a full change. Renfrance, Bolani, and Friedman out there. Backside will be Smith and Doman. Face-off one back by Indiana Elite, goes behind the net, chases MJA. As it comes up on the hash, they go in between the legs. They try to go down around Smith. They're able to pass them. Here's Indiana Elite, 2-on-1. Good defensive play. Looks like offsides there. They let it play on. Game of inches. That comes down around. Smith picks it up behind the net. He's going to come out through the middle as Bolani can't get a stick on that to exit. Face-off coming up just outside the Admirals bench here. Good transition speed by Indiana Elite. Something to keep an eye on there. They get the puck and they go full turbo in the forward. Piotr out there, he's going to center Kranz and Eli Horn. Becker and Pulaski back on D. Puck squirts free, picked up by Becker in the back. They're trying to move it. Indiana Elite picks that up. They're going to look for a centering pass. Good pickup in front there by the ads. He was open until he wasn't and got a stick underneath to stop that. Shot on, way wide. Comes all the way up. Here's Horn. He tries to chip it. He's able to. That's going to come back to the Indiana Elite zone. All the way back. Whole slew of bodies in there. Linesmen in the way as they try to sort it out on the half boards. That's going to squirt out. Indiana Elite picks it up, and they come with transition speed quickly up the center. Good back check by Horn. 39 left in the first. Face-off coming just outside the ad zone. Becker able to put a body on the man. Right winger coming in on the far side was offsides. Becker able to hold him up just enough. Gerds and Weber back on D. Renfrance, Hilbert, and Coleman come out on forward. 62 for Elite's going to square in against Hilbert here on the face-off. Face-off one back. Weber picks it up. He's going to put it up the boards, and that is tipped. There's no ice. And forecheck on, Coleman in there heavy, hard. Indiana Elite picks that up. They look for an outlet pass. They get it on the left side. They'll come in through neutral. Left side, come over the line, take a look, shot on. Keeson able to pull that up into the netting for a whistle. Face-off coming up inside the zone. Apologize for the camera off center here. The glass was the dirtiest I've ever seen in any rink. Had to find a good piece of glass for the camera view. 12:21 left in the first, knotted here at 0-0 inside the ad zone. Hilbert the square in. Boot of the ref comes back and around to Weber, back up to Hilbert. Ooh, squirts free, it's in front. And Indiana Elite goes behind the net. They're going to look at a reverse triangle, picked up. Now back to the point, right side. He's going to hold the zone, goes down the round. Weber's trying to get there. Picked up by Indiana Elite on the half boards. Squirted down, they'll look for a centering pass. And behind the net here, they're going to battle. Couldn't get that loose, picked up by the Ads, just missed on the outlet pass. Indiana Elite steps in front of it. Squirts out to the neutral zone here in front of the camera, and that's dumped deep by Indiana. Down the round, Hilbert tries to pick it up, gets a hit in the backside. Hilbert's hurting. It goes right on the back. Stripes talking about it. Hilbert down still. Hilbert looked like he was trying to pop up and the back was hurting. Hopefully it's a stinger, but we'll have to wait and see. Coach is out there giving him a talk. 11:35 left in the first. Good to see Hilbert up and moving. Back's going to get a little tight there. Not sure if he's Bingham and Scott on the front. Face-off stuck in the leg there. Now picked up, it's Smith. Smith has it with some space. He tries to find Scott, moving center. Puts in middle. He takes a hit and tries to go deep. Couldn't. Indiana Elite able to continue to pressure. Now that's picked up. Smith, far side. Dominic Bingham. Bingham able to get a chip on it. Couldn't get it deep. Oh, good block in front there. That's picked up. And Scott, right in front there, as that puck squirts to the side of the Indiana Elite goaltender. Down and around from the back side. It's Indiana Elite. They're going to pick it up. They're going to try to exit. With speed, they come off the forward side. As Doman able to win the race there, he's going to pick it up. Slips a check there, but it comes right back to the point of Indiana Elite. They're going to put it down the round. Picked up in the far corner by Indiana Elite. Now turned around. Freeman trying to leave. Can't. Doman's able to. Right side. Doman's got it with space. 3 ads go for a change, so he's all alone with Freeman. Tries to cut middle. Couldn't. Freeman's going to pick it up behind the net. He accepts a hit. On the check now is Raby. Fresh legs. Tries to move a sequence down to Freeman. Can't get there. Elite. Breakout. Left side. Up through center. With speed. 57 of Indiana Elite. Goes right side. Tries to cut middle. Shot on. And Keeson able to get that in a butterfly and a whistle. 10:25 left in the first. Left side face-off from Talent coming up. Delani, Raby, Freeman, backside, Pud, Becker. Left side, Talent. Trying to get a shot off, blocked in the middle. Deflected, still in the middle. Indiana Elite coming up. Good defensive play there. Gets a hook. Refs are going to let him play. And Pud's able to get that exit out. Tries to go center to Freeman, just misses that. Picked up again by Raby, but Indiana Elite able to get a stick in there. Becker throws some body at it. Elite puts it deep. Podlaski on it. Hits an e-brake, tries to squirm out of it. Able to go in direct. Here's Raby with speed. Gets the defenseman turn, tries right edge. Pulls an e-brake, looks for a centering pass. Deflected wide into the corner. It's picked up. It's Raby. Down and around. Right in front, it's Freeman. Got it. Shot goes up and over net. And it's on the net as they continue to battle. And finally we get a whistle as the puck was on the net. Friedman all alone. Got handcuffed on the pass. Couldn't get it off. Finally able to, but rushed it. This is high. 9:35 left in the first. Face-off coming up inside the Indiana Elite zone. Weber, Gerds back on D. Piotr, Horn, and Kranz. We're going to say that was put on the back of the net by the Ads, which it was, so faceoff will come outside the zone. Piotr squares in, moves it to Horn, stuck in a foot. Go down around the Indiana Elite side to the far boards, picked up by Kranz. Tries to chip it forward, comes back out, it's picked up, and dumped deep to try to cycle. Kranz is in there on the cycle. He slips it to Horn. Horn with the backhand pass. Good block by Indiana Elite. They don't let it through. Weber steps in aggressively from the point. Comes middle, shot on by Blake Kranz. And rebound, still there, still in front, leaks out. Indiana Elite trying to leave the zone. Chipped in and a huge turn by Horn. And offsides is going to be the call. That puck was squirting around. 9 minutes flat left to play here in the first. Getting a little physical out there. Gerds and Weber stay. Front line changes. Good to see Hobart back out there after the hit in the back. Looks like he's okay. Let's see how he manages this next shift. Hilbert over to Indiana Elite. They go D to D. They try to leave right side. Picked up by Gerds. Moves it forward. Chipped in deep. Chase is going to be on. Comes down around the Indiana side. Good forecheck by Hilbert. He's back there. Now comes to the corner. Stepping in is George Weber. He puts a soft one down around the net. Elite picks it up. He takes a hit on the sideboards. Tries to squirt out of it on the half boards. Renfrance is battling in there along with Hilbert. Coleman's covering backside. Elite and deep. Hilbert picks that up. Takes a look. He's got time and space. He's going to use it. Moves it. Shot on. Wide right. Could have been a pass. Not sure. Indiana Elite's going to pick that up down behind the net. They're going to try to exit right side. They get it on the half boards. They go indirect. Picked up by Gerds. Gerds tries to put one deep. Blocked there by Indiana Elite. Comes back to Weber. Weber is able to get that. Backhands it in. They're saying no ice. He might have been a step behind. Picked up. It's the Elite. They're going to rim it down the round. Comes back. Wolf is there. Wolf's going to put it deep for the Ads. They got Indiana chasing heavy here as that slips Coleman. As Wolf tries to put it back to Coleman, just misses, comes back to the point. Smith has it, makes the move left edge, holds his own though. And that comes middle, just jumps over the stick there of Bingham. It's picked up by Kellen Scott. He's got it right side. Scott, right. Bingham's going to get called on that one. Bingham's going to take a ride there to the sin bin. Let's see what the call is going to be. Minute 30 up on the board. Still haven't gotten the call yet. Let's see. Looks like he's just going to be scored. Not an extra man in there, so we're going to call it a rough. Indiana Elite's going to move that D to D. They're going to move it down to the right flank side. Now up to the key. Good block there. Kellen Scott able to get a stick out. Look out. He's got time and space. He's coming around the goaltender. Shot. What a save. Good butterfly save there by the Indiana Elite goaltender. Scott hit the post on the way in heavy. Looks like a leg. Tried to go 5-hole. All started with that poke check from Scott. Brought great transition speed up through the center. He's going to have to come off. I think he hit that ankle hard on the netting there. He's struggling moving back to the Admirals bench. We'll get a front line change. Horn and Kranz coming out. Smith and Doman back on D. Face off outside the zone is Scott on the way in. Dislodged the net. Far side, picked up. Smith advances. Now Kranz covers. They'll go D to D to Doman. Back to Smith. Smith has it. He's under immediate attack. Tries to put one center and deep, but hits a skate of the Indiana Elite player. And just couldn't get there. Doman and Smith move a switch behind. Doman goes far side, backhand up by Kranz. Here's the race. Doman gets on the horse. He's able to almost win the battle. Good skate by the Elite there. 45 seconds left to kill off on this kill. Horn covers deep. Pud's on the ice. He's able to get a stick on it as that comes neutral now. Kranz is digging in there, picked up by the Elite. They'll come through center. Move it over, right side. Good defensive play there by Becker, able to run into him, but they get it back. Indiana Elite circles out of it. 24 seconds left to kill off. Down and around the net. Try to go far corner. Indiana Elite misses the pass, and that comes all the way out of the zone. Lucky Blake for the Ads. Indiana Elite looking for a stretch. They're going to get it far side, and they're going to step out of it, come through center. 92 for the Elite. Moves through, puts it in the corner. 5 seconds left on the kill. And that's going to come out, and that does it. Good kill by the Ads there. Indiana Elite just couldn't get it going. A couple of miscommunications. It's going to be offsides, but they missed it. Refs are consistently missing that. Here's Brady in front, tries for a wraparound. It's covered. Now comes to the sideboards. Boys battle in there, bodies flying. That's going to squirt out center. Puck got caught in no man's land on defense for the Ads, but good back check here. It's Raby. Rides his man into the boards. They're hog-tied together there as Indiana Elite picks it up. Shot on. Good save there by Kiesling and a whistle. 9:29 left of the play in the first. Face-off coming just outside the Ads goaltender on the left side. Weber and Gerds back on D. Raby, Friedman, Belani on the front side. Face-off one back, comes to Belani. He's going to pick that up. He's going to try to come through center. He moves it up to Friedman on the left side for an indirect. Indiana Elite wins the race, and they're able to put that back. Stuck on the boards as Belani fights, but Indiana Elite does leave with it. Good step here by Gerds, gets a foot on it, accepts a hit near the Indiana Elite boards, and Indiana Elite's coming in. Good defensive stop there. That was Raby stuck in front of that one, but Indiana Elite picks it up. Left side, shot on. Talon Kiesling with a good glove save. 5:01 left to play in the first. Knotted at 0. Face off inside the ad zone.
Great way to get a new one. Christmas is coming up.
Face off, one to the side. Picked up by Hilbert. He's going to go down and around, look on the left side. Just missed there by Coleman. That's going to be an ice as it moves all the way down. Face off coming up inside the ad zone. 5:53 now. Sorry, 4:53 left. The netting here is hard to see through. Comes back around. Weber accepts a hit, but he continues to move with it. And they try to come out through center. Indiana Elite's going to get there. Defenseman steps into it, goes over the red, and he puts it deep. Chases on. Indiana Elite there first. They're going to circle out of it. Take a look. Picked up by Coleman, comes far side. Now picked up by Renfrance, tries to go back to Coleman. Stuck in the middle. Renfrance is able to gather it, come up left side, and he'll put it deep. As that moves all the way over to the right side. Indiana Elite there first. Good back check there by Renfrance. He picks it up. Smith back to Renfrance. Loses the handle, comes deep. Smith has to get back on it. Leaves a backhand there for Renfrance. Renfrance moves a cycle deep to Smith from behind the net. Smith from behind the net. Able to make one miss. Tries to come up. And can't get the pass through. And that's going to come down the round into the corner. Smith's trying to put his man into the boards. Hold him up. Doman's back there fishing for it. 3:55 left in the first. Indiana Elite leaves the scrum with it. Come half boards, make a quick E-turn all the way up. Shot on. Renfrance caught putting someone down. No call. Deep in the corner. 3:41 now. Battle ensues. Indiana Elite from the corner, able to come out with it. Some silky mitts on the far side. Coleman able to get a body on him, but Elite continues to move it forward. Finally comes out. Nope, Indiana Elite holds his own. Shot on. Kiesling saw that the whole way. Gets a glove save for a whistle. 3:26 left in the first. Knotted at 0 here. Horn, Piotr, Kranz, backside, Podlowski, and Becker. Left side of town. Face off one back, gets back to the Elite. Shot on, good hard, low shot by the Elite. Town able to paddle that aside with ease. They try to move it far side, no one home. That's going to be picked up there by Podlowski. He puts it in the boards, takes a big hit. Right on the sanction, he's okay. Picked up, Piotr, shot on. Good save there by the Indiana Elite goaltender. Face off upcoming inside the Indiana zone.
Go, Eds!
Piotr squares in there, face-off dot, stalk, crams, fishes, tries to get a shot on, goes down around the net. Indiana Elite reverse it, good step there by Pud, gets it to Blake, back to Pud, give and go, it's still there, couldn't get a shot on it, that was Horn trying to come in there as well. Pud though, able to corral it, gets it to Blake. Crams with it, reverses out of it, tries to get a pass, slips his stick a little bit there. Indiana Elite, nice job on the pressure, as they're gonna move that to the far side, and they're gonna backhand that one. Indirect, look out, they've got a 2-on-1, and it gets through. Shot, what a save by Keesley. Excuse me. Talon able to go right to left there and get a pad save on it as that gets dumped down in the zone. No ice there, no idea why that was waved off. In left dome and time and space. Comes up through center as it's deflected. Now we got a 3-on-2 coming. Wolf and Smith back. Indiana Elite tries to go far side. Smith there. They had a 3-on-2 there. Nobody covered the third man back. As they go around Wolf through Smith and third guy high, 5-hole shot. That's a tough one. 22 seconds left to play here, and the Ads give one up. Late in the first. Face-off coming back up here as Indiana Elite takes the lead 1-0. Good zone entry by the Elite there. Third man high. Able to put it in through the 5-hole. Hilbert off the face-off, takes a hit. He's okay in the corner. Indiana Elite tries to walk from it. Pud playing body, throws him around. Indiana Elite in the corner takes another hit as he's going to try to exit from it. He's behind the net looking for a pass out top. Missed that. 1-0 Elite. Back and forth we go. Refs have been consistent, calling almost nothing. One power play to speak of for the Elite as Bingham gets called for the rough. Transition's the name of the game here for the Elite. They did an excellent job in the first period. Something to keep an eye on here as we continue throughout the game. Talon standing firm in back of the pipes there. Indiana Elite's goalie doing an excellent job as well. Couple chances, a breakaway save in particular. As coaches go over a little strategery for the second period. Indiana Elite goaltender already checking out the pipes, seeing how the fit is. "15-minute periods here, 15 up on the clock as we await the second period. Can't tell you shots, they're not up on the scoreboard and I'm too lazy to keep track. Felt like the Ads owned them early in that period and Elite stepped it up there in the second portion of the period. Hence the score, 1-0 Elite. Final cheers by the Elite here as looks like the Ads are up and moving. Chess piece is picked here. Elite send 5 out. Matched up, it's going to be Weber, Gerds, Raby, Friedman, Bolani for the Admirals. Not sure if we're getting an ice cut during this game or not. Have to play that by ear. When I know, you'll know. Raby squares in here on the face-off. Face-off squirts back to the Elite. They pick it up left side, move it through center, and dump it in deep. Chase is on, goes down around Talon Keeson for the Ads. Elite have it on the half boards, now into the corner. They move it back to the point. Shot on from the point, good deflection there. Milwaukee able to step in front of that and get a block. We'll get a face-off inside the zone. Left side of Talon. Raby squares in. Face off to the side, picked up. It's going to be Weber. He throws it down the round. Back to Bellotti, just hits off the stick. Here comes Elite quickly on the transition. Weber able to step in front of that to stop it. And they're going to call offsides there. Raby was coming out. Close play. Offsides is the call. 14:28 up. 1-0. We'll do it with the same 5. Elite gets a wholesale change out there. Brand new center. They tip that in. Icing negated there as they chipped it at the last second. In there's the odds. Try to score him out of it. That was Gerds on the half boards. Elite battling hard with 2 in there. As they try to center it, they're able to. Shot on, goes bench side, and they're able to come the other way with it. And they try to move it far side on his own entry. Just missed. And they're going to dump it deep. Number 10, Keegan, puts it deep. Throws a body. Able to get the puck is Weber. He tries to move far side to Bellotti. Bellotti gets spinned around, trying to poke check it. Couldn't get enough of it. Squirts back to neutral. Here's Corral in neutral. Couldn't hold zone, but he's able to start a regroup back to Gerds. Gerds left side with speed. He's going to take it in. Tries to look for a centering pass. No one home there as they're able to exit the zone. That's Doman. Gets a piece of it. And back there is Hilbert. Hilbert's got 3 guys on him. Trying to slip him. Can't. Elite's able to get it, and they'll put it deep. Elite turns it back. Shot on. Good blocker save there by Kiesling. As it's Hilbert down the round. Going to take a look. Goes for a centering pass. He gets it. It's Coleman. Nice stretch. Coleman tries to come in left. Comes out 4 miles. And they're going to try to come the other way as Smith was jumping in there. Doman picks that up from behind his net. Looks for a reverse. Smith is going to reverse with him. Picks it up. Finds Coleman. Left side. Coleman goes center. Indiana Elite able to turn that around as he just walked right behind the Elite defenseman. Far side, Smith steps into it, and that's going to be an ice. It was a step behind the red line. Face-off in 4th. Good hockey game thus far. Face-off, stuck on the dot. Now Horn gets it, shot on. Goaltender saw that, goes up and over the net, though, a little high. Good turn and burn there from Horn, but here comes the Elite left side, and unable to get it going as that comes through center. Back off neutral zone to try to come center. Good hit there by Becker as they come down the round. Good reverse. Becker has to pick it up from the corner side. Comes out to Kranz. Kranz goes to the far side. Takes a hit. He's okay. Far side on the forecheck. Good job by Piotr. Kranz was coming full speed. That puck just hit his stick a little awkwardly. But real nice look there from Horn to Kranz. Pudd and Becker stay on. Now, they have it in the corner. They try to leave. Look out. Transition speed to get around Bellotti. Pudd's got to come over. 2-on-1 developing. Here comes the Elite. Shot on. Good save there by Kiesling. Out of the net. Internet a little slow inside the arena here today. Able to see. This is going to be the right side of Kiesling. As that pops all the way through the middle of the ice, it's picked up. Comes middle, it's Bingham off his stick. 11:16 left to play as top of circles for a regroup. They miss that pass, should be an ice if it reaches, and it will. Face-off coming up inside the Elite zone now as icing. 11:07 left in the second. Elite up 1-0. Wolf squares in here. Face-off drop. Good job by Weber. Chases on. Weber has it. Reverses it quickly for Gerds. Almost runs into Wolf there. No harm done. Elite, though, able to hold the zone. They'll put a quick shot on. Comes out of the crease for a glove save. And gets it. As we look at an in-zone face-off coming up. Face-off, one to the side, goes on the boards. Doman puts his man down, tries to get it out. Freeman's battling once, twice, can't get it out. Elite holds it. Oh, what a play by Doman. Hits that out of midair. Stops the progression. Coleman picks his stick out of midair. Freeman's going to pick that up center. Come in, shot. Good save there by the goaltender. Able to get a right pad save down. comes out to neutral zone. Smith picks it up. He's going to take a look. He's got Doman open. The skate. Smith picks it up. Leaves it for Doman. Good move there by Smith. Smith back. Doman back to Smith. Smith far side. Tries to get Coleman. Able to get it through. And Smith picks that up through center. Moves it to Friedman right side. Just out of the reach of Brady. That's picked up. It's Rady. Rady has it. Goes far side to Coleman. Coleman. TDR. Couldn't get around him. And here comes the elite. Rady's back there to help. As it's behind Keesey. That does come in front. Smith picks up the man. Puck squirts through center, and they try to exit. Here's Rady. Rady up, goaltender of the elite. Comes all the way out to Becker on the point. Shot on. Comes in front. Friedman's got it. Going to circle around the net, and he's able to. He's able to get the rebound. Brady Friedman. Becker from the point puts one on. It gets blocked in front here. Great camera views. Brady Mohawks around and able to sneak it in there as the goaltender couldn't get left to right in time. 1-1. What an answer here. Back and forth. We got ourselves a game knotted at 1. Brady Friedman with the wraparound. As we get ready to continue this one on. 9:17 left in the period. Face-off coming up. Kranz, Hilbert, and Renfrans out there. That goes out there. That goes far side, tipped in. It's going to be picked up there by Talon. Leaves it for Pudd. Pudd with a reverse, tries to get it to his man. It's Hilbert. Hilbert's going to pick that up. He's going to take a look. He's got far side, but he pulls it back to Hilbert. Hilbert left side, puts that deep, goes down and around the Indiana Elite goaltender to the half boards on the far side. Renfrans loses the handle there, trying to move a quick sequence to Kranz, and that's as battle ensues here at neutral ice. Whole slew of ice. Whole slew of players. Blake kicks that up, able to put it in the zone. Players. Blake kicks that up, able to put it in the zone. Oh, and we got a penalty coming up on the lead. Power play adds, first one of the game. Rest have pretty much stayed out of the way, which you got to appreciate. Hasn't been too much coming from it. Number 91, face-off coming up to the right side of the Indiana Elite goaltender. Face-off one back. It's Gerds. Puts it over to the half-board side. It's Belani. Tries to center it to the bumper there. That was Raby. He gets set down in a hurry. Puck squirts out. Good play by 74 of the Elite. Steps in front of that. He puts it deep over the red line. Chases on. 1:11 left here on the power play. Belani off from the half boards. Goes into Friedman. Friedman brings that up through the zone. Gerds from the key. Right flank side to Friedman. Friedman on the flank. Doesn't like the look. Going to move down deep into the corner. Tries to center it. Nothing there. Weber able to get the rebound. Now back behind Weber. Shot on there by Weber. I think it was a pass. It just missed. And that's going to come out. As that's going to be picked up by... As that's going to come all the way around. Doman kicks that in there. Friedman picks it up. Circles around. 5 seconds left on the power play. As that comes back to the point. Shot on. It's in front. Loose. Good kill as well. Face off inside the zone. Hilbert, Coleman, Renfrance, Smith, and Doman. The stick on it comes deep side. Smith puts a indirect off the boards. Hilbert picks it up, puts it center to Coleman. Coleman looking for Renfrance, couldn't get a stick on it. He's going to circle, puts it indirect. Indiana Elite steps right in front of that as they're going to try to exit. Come around Coleman. They try to put one center. Nice job there. It's picked up. It's Doman. Doman a little slow on the back check, plays to advantage. He comes in through the middle, able to get it, poke checked, whole slew of bodies. 24 left in the second. 6:24, knotted at 1. Renfrance, Coleman, Hilbert, Smith, Doman on the back. Here. Coleman's going to square in for the odds. Fake drop there by Stripes. We'll do it again. My goodness, that was ricocheted up and over the net. Dangerous shot. It was low and hard. Doman tries to put an indirect off himself, makes a move, takes a look, puts it to Smith. Smith's a lefty, And Indiana Elite, nice job. Able to get that out. Smith takes a hit. And picked up far side. It's Doman right side. Down around. Holy cow. Weird bounce off the sanction of the glass there. And that's going to come out far side. Here's Elite with speed. They're going to come through center. Smith able to force the issue. Now behind the net. Nice. Face-off coming up inside the ad zone. Icing's a call. 5:24 left here in the second. Face-off went back by the ads. Comes down the round. But Elite are back there again. Reverse triangle by the Elite. 2 deep behind the goal line. Now 3 as they try to move it from the corner. That's 91. He's going to get it. D to D, right side, shot on, way wide. Keesley comes way out of his net. It's behind the net. They're going to try to move it. They're able to into the corner. Elite, dump it for a cycle. Can't get it there. Pass, Wolf hard on the forecheck. Sorry, that's Eli Horn. As that comes in through center, good play by Becker, reaches for it, able to poke it the other way. Piotr gets ahead of himself, loses it on the blue line. Indiana Elite going to try. Linesman talking to him. I'm not sure what that was about. Talon just wanted to cover to make sure that didn't hit a piece of ice and get on net for him. Wolf, Bingham, trying to move it up and out. Nice job by Belani on the second attempt, able to get that deep. 4:10 left to play here in the second. Knotted at 1. Elite trying to move through center. Oh my goodness. Belani would have been all alone. They were looking for a stretch pass on the far. Bingham squares up from the centering position. Able to win that back. Picked up by the Elite behind the net. And they're going to try to exit. Bird steps in, shot on. Good glove there by the Elite. They're able to come out. Look out. They got a little bit of a stretch coming. Right up center ice on Keesling. Good defense by Gerds. Good save by Keesling. No call. That misses wide to the right and comes all the way to the half boards. Picked up by the Elite there. Good stick there by the ads as they're able to leave the zone. 3:25 left to play. Indiana Elite. Good transition up through center. Picked up now left side. Get ready for the face-off. Ending the second. Taking a look down there for the Zamboni driver. I don't think they're going to cup the ice. And Coleman comes all the way back. Smith has it. Stretch pass is chipped up and over. It should be an ice. He was a step behind the red line. Yeah, they're going to call it. Icing's the call. Coming back to do it again. Same location. Face off in zone. Raby's going to get there. He's got Doman on the left side. That comes out through center. Here's Coleman. He's going to skate through it. So it doesn't work. We have a centering pass out front here. Raby shot. Oh, good save there by the goaltender. Excellent read there by Coleman and Raby as they saw that D-to-D pass happening in real time. Elite come out of the corner with it. They're going to move it to Smith. Doman. Doman tries to squirt out of it. Nope. He's going to think better of it and move it down and around to Freeman. Freeman tries to go up and out. Indiana can't hold the zone. Kind of just flipped over a stick. There's about 4 inches of ice over there on that bench side. Tough spot to be as a defenseman there. Got to work through 4 inches of snow. Hockey 101. Doman tries to pick that up. Good reverse by Doman. Loses the handle in the corner. He maintains possession. Nope. Indiana Elite picks it up. They move it on the far side. Shot on. Keeson with the glove save. 2:04 left in the second. Side of Talon. Kranz, Renfranz, Hilbert, Podlaski, and Becker on the backside. Side. Exit through center. Pulls a string. Moves it right side off the boards and chases on. Indiana Elite there first. They pick it up. They try to turn and burn with it here on the left side. Renfranz tries to move it center. Hilbert steps in, misses on the poke. Indiana Elite with it, try to move it up to the left side. They're able to. It's going to go into the ad zone. Hilbert chases along with an Elite forward. Battle and stick on the way, but able to get a piece of it. Elite from the corner, taking a look, looking for center. Putt able to put a body into the board. Puck is picked up by the ads, but they can't exit. That was Becker. Side by Keesling. Shot looked to be a little tough for him to track as they're back behind the net. They try to poke it around. He's able to get a blocker save on it. As that comes down around, it's now Pavlovsky. Kranz tries to move it quickly to Hilbert. Good step by the Elite. They're able to put it in their center. Streaking Indiana Elite player. Couldn't get the shot off. Now they come in, they're deep side. Pushes them aside. Pavlovsky's in there, trying to move him. Hilbert picks it up. Backhands one up and out. Renfrance just misses. Kranz, though, on the second man up, able to get it back. Moves around the guy, trying to get to it. Loses the handle, picked up by the Elite. The Elite have that. Look out. They caught the ads in a change. They're going to go with a stretch pass up to the right side. They leave it there, try to put it back. Good defensive play by Weber. And that is out. That should have been played by Indiana. They're going to say, yeah, it should have been played indeed. They're going to wave it off 1 second, and that does it. 1-1 here. West Dundee. Heck of a period. Ad's able to get one back there, knock this thing up at 1-1. As we go over a little bit of coaching instruction here in between the second and third. Camera's freezing up there on the right side. Too many people videoing inside the West Dundee Camlin Sports Arena. As instruction continues by the coaching staff. 1-1. One power play each, done by either team on those power plays. Refs have let them played, and this has stayed a fairly clean game. It's been some good hockey. So again, 15 minutes. Final cheers away. Chess pieces being selected here by each side. Looks like Kellen Scott's out from the ads. He's the one that ran into the net at full speed and hit an ankle. I can see him in street clothes. Never a good thing to see. Hopefully he's all right. Gerds and Weber on the back side. Front side is going to be Renfrance, Coleman, and Hilbert. 15 on the clock. Face off, one back by Elite. Picked up right side, dumped deep there by the Elite. Chases on. Weber, first there, reverses it down and around. Picked up though by the Elite on the reverse. Hilbert trying to get free, tries to move through. Back there with an Elite player, tries to put it behind his back. Sorry on the camera there. As that's stick down by Weber below the crossbar. And they're looking for an indirect out pass. Good hold by the ad zone. 14:24 left here in the game. Front. Face off, one back, comes the Elite. Tries to move it D to D. That's going to squirt out of the zone. Coleman heavy check there as Elite player puts it back in, accepts the hit on the Ads bench side. Move D to D there by Smith to Doman. Doman up to Renfrance. Renfrance up the middle to Hilbert. That puck got bounced on him. And now here they come the other way. Doman's going to pick that up. He's going to cut through center. A little switch by him as Smith. Renfrance trying to chip it forward to Coleman, just out of the reach of Coleman. Coleman's going to get called on that. It looked like he was losing an edge. So it's going to be a kill coming up for the Ads. Third penalty of the game there. Lost an edge too. Either way, penalty called, minute 30. Interference is the hand motion from the referee. Franz Smith and Doman. Minute 30 to kill off. Elite wins it back, comes to the point side. They'll go far side. Move it to the right flank side now. Right flank on the Indiana Elite. They try to put it down. Able to put it in the corner. Back to the right flank side. Up to the key. Shot on. Way wide. Misses by a Buick left. Doman tries to stick at it. Can't get enough of it. Second time around, able to put it down around. Elite pick it up. Smith's chasing heavy. Comes to the right flank side. They're going to move it. Doman from behind the net. 46 seconds left to kill off for the Ads. Comes on the right side. He gets stopped there on the half boards as that comes in the corner. Smith, an Elite player, battling deep in behind. Elite's able to slow. Not enough as Elite's able to hold the zone, but Horn able to get there in a hurry, but he's going to send it the distance for an ice. No harm there from the Ads on the icing. They were gassed. 130 on the penalty there that killed us far. Indiana with one shot on this power play. Blocker saved by Kiesling. 12:35 left in the period. 17 seconds left here to kill off for the Ads. Soft one there, couldn't get enough of it. Becker in the corner, puts a hit on as they wait. 5 seconds left. Indiana Elite comes out of the Elite too deep. Now they get it out top. Boys are battling, shot on. Good block there, as that's going to do it on the power play. Excellent block to end it. That was Piotr able to put it deep, chases on. Zach goes down and around. Picked up there by Pud. Pud battling out with an Elite player. Piotr back there to help. Elite comes out of it with the corner. Reverse around, 60. And not enough to get out. Good hold there by Elite. Looks like number 8 on the back line, able to hold that. So that squirts out middle, and Bingham trying to get a stick on it, able to get enough of it to change the pattern of the bounce. They'll look at a regroup on the center ice. They're going to move it in, 68 with speed. Gets cut off there by Becker, and Brady able to slip and pick it up. He's got time and space. 11:10 left to play here in the period. Indirect up to Raby. Raby's able to get it, chips it in, and Friedman in there as well. Here comes the Elite on transition. 11 flat left to play. 62 for Elite, shot on. Saved to the side there by Kiesling. Weber tries to move it. Elite pick it up. They're going to come center. Shot on. That gets 10:46 left here in the third. Knotted at 1. Back and forth it's been. Gerds and Weber on the backside. Raby, Friedman. And good set play there. Coleman coming through with speed off the faceoff. Picks it off. Moves middle. Loses the handle there at the last second. And they're going to turn and burn with it. Weber's got to move. He's able to get there. Moves it to his partner, Gerds, just out of his reach. Comes to half board. Gerds, nice job. That hits a hand on the bench of the Ads. We're going to get a whistle. Face-off coming up. Glove on the Admirals bench there. Do it again. Raby squared in. Coleman goes through. Not here. That puck was on edge for Gerds, so when he hit it, it flew up into the air. Indiana Elite changing a couple chess pieces around here. Ads stick with the same 5. Back. Comes to Weber. Tries to rim it. Freeman able to do an indirect off to Coleman. Coleman on the race. Tries to stick it down the round. Couldn't get enough of it. Indiana Elite turns it the other way. Battle ensues on the blue line. Raby moves it in. Indiana Elite picks it up. They try to move it left side. It's brought back in by the Elite. Offsides negated. As, Raby out of midair. Just couldn't get enough of it. And here comes Indiana Elite on that transition speed. Right side. Try to go down the round in between the legs. They move it center. Action. Lucky break for the Ads there as he was wide open in front. Coleman able to go, on the forecheck. Just misses it. I think he was caught by surprise that he lost the handle. Indiana Elite right side. They're going to come in through the zone. They're going to try to come in. Good. Hilbert and Kranz will be on the front side. .9:33 left in the third. Hilbert and number 2 off to the edge. Now comes up. It's Smith. Smith left side. Tries to come down the round. Pulls an e-brake. Waits for Kranz. Kranz coming middle. And that puck somehow squirts all the way out. Picks it up from him. Backhand pass there. Comes down the round. Accepts a hit. Continues to skate through it. Blake able to get that up. Smith steps in. Holds it with the body. But Elite on the second man in. Able to exit the zone. They come. Shot on. Deflected aside there by Hilbert. Smith gets run over in front. As Hilbert able to get that over to Renfranz. Far side, Kranz, shot into the boards. Elite try to leave heavy on the glass as that squirts out of the zone. Here comes the Ads on a stretch. They try to get Piotr. He gets a piece of it. The game faces on. 8:15 left to play here in the third. They're trying to come out. That's picked up by Horn. Horn tries to move it center. Not enough on it. Picked up here by Piotr. Piotr on a stick battle. Side. A couple friendlies with them. Bolani as well as Horn. And we got a penalty coming up on him. It's right in front. What a save. Unbelievable pass from Bolani to Horn. Power play coming up right now for the Admirals. Hand signal, so I have no idea. Call it rough. Power play Ads, 7:48 left. Minute 30 power play. Coleman's going to take the draw. Smith and Renfrance on the corner side of it. To Doman. Doman far side. It's Coleman. Doesn't like the look. Goes back to Hilbert. Hilbert picks that up. Far side to Doman. Doman has it. He's going to try to come in. Shot on. Mass. Save there by the goal. Puts it on the cycle. Moves it back to Doman. Doman has it. Moves it to the top of the key. Shot on by Hilbert. Oh, good deflection by Renfrance. Gets hooked a little bit on the way out. Not enough. Moves it to Doman on the far side. Doman fakes it. Oh, he's trying to get it in the middle to Smith there. Loses the handle. Smith has to come in along with Coleman as Indiana Elite tries to leave. And Hilbert with a nifty put a body into it. It's picked up by Hilbert. 23 seconds left on the power play. Hilbert, Coleman, back to Hilbert. Hilbert far side to Renfrance. Renfrance with it. Slows it down. Defense on the play. Hilbert trying to leave it. Soft side. Trying to bring speed with it. Tries to move it to Rainey. Missed it. Comes back to Gerds. And that does it. We are even strength. Nothing done on either side. Team's side. That comes down the round. Indiana Elite able to pick it up. 5-on-5 hockey. Left side with speed. 62. Back check by Bolani. Weber puts a big body into him and puts him sleeping in the foot. And backhand saved in there by Friedman. Indiana Elite pick it up on the faceoff dot. They circle. They go in front of the goaltender. Right side with speed. Raby meets him there and runs him into the boards. Side the ad zone, or are they going to call that outside? Refs are talking about it. Bodies flying around here. 5 be inside the zone for the Ads, which I think is the right call. I think that puck was in the zone and then put into the bench. 5:30 left in the third. One. In zone face-off coming for the Ads. Face-off comes up. Whoa, runner coming in from Indiana Elite, and they get a block on it. That's picked up by Blake. Dominic Bingham. Neutral zone battle ensues. Becker steps into that. And good stick work by Becker. Tries to move it off to his teammate. That's Bingham. Bingham get it deep. Indiana Elite puts a stick in front of it. Picked up. It's Blake. Tries to put a centering pass to Bingham. Hits the skate of Indiana Elite, and they try to put it back to the half boards. And Indiana Elite's going to try to exit left side. They come in the center. It's a stick on it. It's going to be an ice if it reaches. And it does. 4:45 left in the third. Icing the call. It's going to come all the way back to the ad zone. 1-1 here. Special teams. Nothing doing on either side. Both penalty kills, 100% for the day. Able to get that off the face-off, rims it down the round, and it's chipped up and out. Coleman on the forecheck. Able to get enough of it. Piotr comes in right side with speed. Comes down the round, shot on. Good shot by Piotr. Good save by the goaltender as he gets a right pad zone. Picked up by Piotr. He has it. He's going to take a look, and he's going to cycle down the round. Net off is going to be the call. Net off the moorings. Shot on. Smith misses right by a Buick. And that's going to be picked up by the Elite. They try to go off the indirect. Doman's got it. Moves it over far side. Coleman picks it up. Tries to go through center. Able to picked up by Coleman. Back to Smith. Smith tries to move it down the round. Gets it to Doman. Doman has it. Shot on. That's blocked to the side. Coleman picks it up. Shot on. It's in front. Loose. Indiana Elite able to get to that. Good move it center over to Doman. Just missed on that. Doman able to get there first. Oh, and he takes a knee hit. I don't think it was purposeful. Smith gets that, does stop the progression. Indiana Elite in a change. And that comes down around left side. Ooh, just out of the reach of Raby. Elite still changing over there on the board side. Good job by the Elite, not getting too many men there. Four people on the ice. They just wanted to make sure they weren't going to get whistled for it. Freeman with the reverse hit sends the Elite player to the ground. Picked up, it's Raby. Skate, now moves a cycle deep into the zone to Friedman. Back to Raby, try to move it towards the net. Raby's going to pick it up behind the net. Circle, gets buried into the ice. And set up, goes center, just out of the reach of Raby as that's going to go into the zone. Elite pick it up. They go D to D, just out of the reach of the second defenseman. Bellani throws his man in the corner and holds him on the half board. To their defenseman in the corner. They look to leave left side up through neutral. Left side in neutral. Stepped in front of that is Weber. Should be offsides, and there's the whistle. 2:08 left. Offsides is the call. What a game this has been. Back and forth, transition speed. Whole slew of opportunities, both sides. Remfrance ties his man up, goes back down to Becker over to Pud. Pud gets handcuffed, but he regroups, able to get that up to Hilbert, puts a tip on it. Indiana Elite tried to play that behind, down and around their net. Comes deep into the corner, trying to go down around through the legs. Good play by Becker, able to put that aside. Now it's indirect, backhanded off. Races on. Hilbert gets there first, pulls an e-break. Oh, and he loses the handle. Good back check. Look out. Here's the transition speed of the Elite now. Left side, trying to cut middle, and Talon able to get a paddle on that and put it aside. 1:28 left. Referee, there's a block on the Elite. By Crayons, up to Remfrance. It's back. Indiana Elite defenseman lays out and able to get a stick on it. And 4 players, it's Crayons who comes out of the pile with it, tries to move it back to the point. He's able to, D to D. Here's Doman. Shot on by Doman, just couldn't get. He's able to backhand that in front. Elite picked that up. They're going to try to come the other way. Raby with the hit. Indiana Elite comes save there by Gieson. 45 seconds left. Indiana Elite player looks okay on the bench. Good to see that. It's always a dangerous one. Timeout here on the Indiana Elite side. They have a in-zone face-off on the end. He looks okay there. I see him moving around, kind of shaking it off. Looks like he was trying to slip the hit low, and Raby met him low, which is never fun to watch. 1-1 in-zone face-off coming up. It's going to be to the right side of Kiesling. Indiana Elite trying to draw up the play. Ads talking about what they want to do defensively here. Been a heck of a game. 3 penalties on each side, back and forth. .9, so call it 46 seconds. Raby, Freeman, Bellani, Smith, and Doman are the chess pieces on the ad side. 63, 28, 17, 47, excuse me, 10, and 56 it looks like for Indiana Elite. Face-off's going to be just to the side here of Talon. Raby on the face-off against 56. Face-off won cleanly by the Elite. Shot. And Talon able to get a blocker and a glove on that before anything ensues. 56 was moving heavy to the net. Shot on by 28 there from the Elite. Do it again, but opposite side. Center out for Indiana Elite, late change. 56 is in there on the centering. Smith moves it down around, no one home. They try to come back and good job by Doman, able to get a stick on it as that's played back to the point. Indiana Elite far side, it's picked up. Here's Friedman, he's trying to get out of the quicksand he's in. Bellani's trying to hold the line. He's able to, no, offsides is the call. Bellani got caught doing it tall. It's hard to get those things churning. Renfrance, Hilbert, Coleman, Smith, and Doman. 19.6 left, just outside the Elite. Comes in over the zone, tries to put it through center, accepts the hit, and he's able to pull it right through the middle. Smith is hard on that, and Indiana Elite ices it. We should get an in-zone face-off. pull the goalie on the ad side. Kiesling's coming out of the net. 5 seconds left, 1-1. Aggressive here as we have an empty net on the side of the ad. Face off, stuck on the dot. Indiana Elite's got it, and they're going to send it down, and that's going to get out. That'll do it, 1-1. Let's see what we're going to do here. Are we going to leave it tied, or are we going to play on? I can't decide here. Nobody's getting off the ice. That's a good sign. Looks like we're doing 3-on-3 overtime. I just saw the referee. That is outstanding. Great way to end a game. A little overtime, it looks like. Hold tight here as I try to work through what's going on. Looks like we're doing overtime. I don't know what's going on here. I apologize, folks at home. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. Refs are not looking to get off the ice. Coaches are discussing it. Indiana Elite goaltender already down in the left side here as he's ready to rock and roll. So the Elite have chess pieces picked. And here comes the ads with theirs. Kiesling down into his net. Friedman, Raby, and Gerds are the three on the ice for this overtime period. 5 minutes on the clock, 3-on-3 overtime. Indiana Elite, Milwaukee Junior Admirals. Again, one heck of a way here to end the game. A little excitement as we get ready for overtime. Raby's going to take the face off, Friedman up on the right. Raby wins that over, able to get his own face-off when he comes in right side. Tries to move center, cuts center. Oh, and he tried to run it back door, not off. Whistle blown. Really like to see him put some water on those moorings as that net continues to come off. Skate with it. In-zone face-off. This is won by the Elite. They're going to take it, and they're going to come and circle out of it as they're going to come up on the left side. Good stick there by the Admirals, but here they come. Far side, and indirect. Friedman, nice job. Slows it down. Smart play by Brady. Remains possession here with 4:24 left. Brady from the backside, trying to come off. Hilbert pops on into Raby's spot. Friedman, Circle's going to chase. Indiana Elite on a change. Looks like they're trying to run a little bit of a stretch there on the change. Great anticipation there by Doman. Doman tries to step into it. Look out. 2-on-1 ensues. As they come in, gets another view at it. Center, shot on, glove saved by the goaltender. And the Elite try to move it out. Doman chasing it back. Now Hilbert as the stretch pass Coleman. Coleman 1-on-1. Indiana Elite gets back in a hurry. TDR missed. Coleman couldn't pull the trigger, and here comes Indiana Elite down around. And Elite picked that up as Smith chases. Bellani high stick. High stick call, face-off coming up inside the ad zone. Stay on as that comes in the ad zone. 2:41 left here in overtime. Renfrance is going to take the face-off. Smith in the back, Bellani on the side. Renfrance wins it, but set it up. 2:26 left. Smith puts one up in the middle. He hits Bellani on an excellent pass shot. Oh, and it hits the post. Bellani's down on the ice, and it's a 3-on-2. Bellani able to get back now to help out. Renfrance run them up. These three have been out there a while. Renfrance is out there. Speed, fresh legs. Smith moving aside with 57. Shot on. Kiesling able to get a save to it. Smith slows it down. He's got it. Coming up. Smith was waiting for him to change. Everybody kept circling. It worked out in the end. 1:27 left. Overtime. Weber, Freeman, Kranz. Face off. Freeman moves it forward just past Kranz. Here comes Indiana Elite with speed. All the way down on Weber. They're going to come in. Try to move it side to side. Great stick at the last second there. He's got to get on his horse. Battle ensues into the corner. Both of them on there. Weber there to help. Weber moves it deep to Friedman. Good stick there by the Elite. They're able to get a stick on that and move it far side now. Weber's got to get on his horse. Gets out of it. Still a man on. Circles again. Good play by Brake. Weber trying to go down and around. Look out. Elite pick it up, but it comes out of the zone. Unlucky for them. 38 seconds left. Elite. Blue. Up to 31 seconds left. Inside the zone. Doman. Gerds. Raby. 1-1. Overtime. Face off just outside of Kiesling here. Stuck on the dot. Indiana Elite's going to get there. They're going to move it back to the Kiesling there. 23 seconds left now. Indiana Elite moving a bunch of runners in the backside. They're able to get one open, come far side on the right. Kiesling could see it the whole way though. Face off coming up. Left side shoes. Comes out. Good block there by Rady. Gets in there. They got a guy wide open in front. Shot and a goal. Indiana Elite are going to take this one. They had a guy in position. All three ads got sucked in, and they're able to lift that up and over Kiesling for the win. What a game. 2-1 here. Indiana Elite's going to take this one in overtime. 10 seconds left. Both goals by Indiana Elite inside 30 seconds left in the period to play. Tough one. At 3 p.m. We appreciate you joining us here on the Dusty Bender Network.